If I went to a few initiations in the past, do I have agreements?
It's not funny you have to ask me. You went there? Did they explain to you?
No, you say you're small blessings.
I'm not putting you down. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You see, you're confused, aren't you? You don't know what's going on, right? See what I mean? A young man like him already went to initiations, doesn't know. I'm not putting him down. This is exactly what I'm talking about that happens all the time here.
Why should they do it?
Business. I already told you earlier, business. It's a business. Exactly, it's a business. For some people, and it's so silly you asked that because I already gave 3 days of marathon teachings on that. When you were falling asleep, do you remember? So what's my point now? My point is, for some centers it's a business. Why? Initiations draw a crowd. Doesn't it? When you have a crowd, what do you get? Donations. For some. For others, for real sincere lamas that come here, when they're requested, it's like that. When I first came to Malaysia, I didn't want to come to Malaysia because I heard that Buddhism was quite strong here. And I was very insecure, and I didn't study much, and I was quite young at that time, and I thought I won't be able to answer questions and help the people here. So I didn't want to come to Malaysia. When I came to Malaysia, for the first trip and the second trip, I ran around giving initiations everywhere. 400 to 500 people will turn up everywhere. In fact, I've had people, older Dharma students who've been on the Dharma scene here for 10, 15, 20 years, who told me they gave me names of very high lamas. If I give you the name, you'll be shocked. They say that when these lamas come here, 40, 50, 60 people turn out. When you show up, hundreds of people show up. What do you have in you? What's so special about you? They didn't ask me in a negative way, they said that to me. Why is it when you give initiation, so many people came out? For example, Irene and Mama Jenny and Wai they're all people who were from my first initiation I gave. Manjushri. So I used to give initiations quite a lot because I was requested to. When people come up and they sincerely offer content, they request, please, to benefit these people, blah, blah, blah. You say, okay. It's only my third trip when I came here, when they requested me, and I got closer to the students, and I started talking, I went out to eat with them, and then we had private interviews, I realized they know nothing. Nothing at all. But that was because I started getting close to the crowd. Then I stopped giving initiations. So I stopped giving initiations. Why did I stop? Because I'm going to be around for a long time. And I'm going to teach. So I can prepare my people. Now for some lamas, they don't know anything. For some lamas, they're not going to be here for a long time. They plant seeds for them. It's just a blessing. But my issue here is the center must explain. The center must prepare you. The center must explain and tell you the dangers and what it is exactly. If they don't, then the center side is a business. You understand? Oh yes. Because I hear it many times. Come on, my Rinpoche's coming to give the initiation, you know. It's for luck, you know. It helps you in business, you know. Help to purify your karma, give you luck, you know. Come on, let's go, come on. How many times have you heard that? And how many sincere tantra practitioners do you see around here? Look this line. I want for initiation, how not? Someone needs to inform them. Why you can't expect these people to not know? Why they really advertise initiations as some kind of miracle quick fix? It's not. It's not. Look how strict Chögyam Trungpa was. Although he was so wild, slept with so many women, which you don't lie, and he did drugs, and he drank, but when it came to initiations, was he tight and strict? Then what really matters to him? See already. That's right. So what initiations did you receive? Okay, one.
Manjushri and Zambak.
Okay, so what did they tell you beforehand? Nothing. So how did you know about it? You were walking down the street and you found a leaflet in the toilets.
Some of my friends told me.
Okay, then you went.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
It's about 33 hours.
That's all?
Well, for each.
So short.
For each initiation.
Okay. And then after initiation, what happened?
They give me some water and 1 or 2 cents. That's it.
They give you a dharma name? Did they tell you have to recite the mantra every day? Nothing, right? Well, then it's just a blessing. You didn't get it. Did you have to take a vow? Did you have to repeat anything?
They did tell us to repeat certain
words,
but I don't understand.
They didn't explain to you what the words were.
Not really.
They didn't tell you you have vows. Okay. They didn't tell you have to do certain mantras. They didn't tell you have to do a retreat. They didn't tell you that after this you cannot do this or this or this or this. Okay, you didn't get initiation yet. You can consider yourself clean. No initiation, you just think you got a blessing. Okay, what's a blessing? They just plant some seeds in you. When you receive Guru Rinpoche, Sambala Majushu, just plant seeds in you in the future. When you come across Dharma or a teacher, whatever, the seeds open up. So Guru Rinpoche, Manjushri, and Zambala seeds open up to what? It doesn't open up to Guru Rinpoche, Zambala, Manjushri. It opens up to learning Dharma, understanding Dharma, getting Dharma. So when there's an opportunity to get Dharma, you'll be able to get it because there are seeds. So don't look at the deity, you have to look at the purpose of the initiation. So you didn't, no vows, right? They didn't tell you, oh, after this you have to hold these vows and blah, blah, blah. Then no, you didn't get initiation. You just got a blessing. But even still, you have to come somewhere else besides that place to ask, is the fault of the place. And that's very, very bad around here. Very, very bad. People running for initiations. Not the people, not the center, the whole scene. That's why it's a very big thing that I have to fight against. Things like that. Good. So now you know you didn't get any initiation. Just a simple blessing. Example, if I'm doing a Tara Puja and afterwards you're attending that, it's like you got a Tara blessing. Why? Because you heard the holy words. But don't go for initiation again. Right?
It's the same with Fire Puja.
Oh no. Fire Puja has no commitment. It's just a ceremony.
It's okay to attend Fire Puja.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to attend a Fire Puja.
But not as a layman. Like some people will say, oh, I'm practicing Fire Puja. Actually, they have commitment to hold actually. Practice Fire Puja. Let's say I've heard from someone.
Fire Puja you do at the conclusion of a retreat. So if you do a Zambala retreat 400,000, then you do a Fire Puja afterwards. Conclusion to seal your attainments. That's all. So if you attend that, you attend. You don't attend, you don't attend. It has nothing to do with the audience.
But a person like, okay, for example, it's me. Let's say I've done the whole, I didn't do any retreats, and I end up doing Fire Puja because I was taught by another person.
Yeah, okay.
Which is actually not right? We don't do Fire Pujas just like that. I mean, it's from a customer that I heard, so it's like, to me it's kind of funny.
In general, when we do a Fire Puja, it's related to one of the deities. So when we do a Fire Puja with the deity, we should have the initiation and have done the practice. So teaching another person who are not initiated, it shouldn't be.
Because they tell me, oh, I'm buying this to offer doing my Fire Puja.
No, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be.
What about people who just practice it every weekend? Who just do Fire Pujas every weekend and burn rice and all
That's not Fire Puja, they're burning rice. Fire Puja has 13 ingredients. And you have to set up a mandala, you have to set up a throne, you have to set up offerings, and you have to do your visualization, you have to do the sadhana, you have to invite the deity into the fire, and then you have to visualize the deity, and you make the offerings along with mantra and concentration, and you complete the ceremony. It's not just burning a few things in Fire Puja, that's crap. That's not Fire Puja, they're burning rice, that's all. So if I take these flowers and burn it, is that a Fire Puja? No, that's not a Fire Puja, that's just somebody burning flowers. Fire Puja is very powerful for purifying negative karma if you do it correctly.
Wow, that's scary.
Very scary. If we make our center, if we push and we make our center grow and we push, we will educate a lot of people. A lot of people enter Buddhism, a lot of people understand it, and will clear a lot of doubts. Example, since he's joined me, a lot of his doubts is cleared. Example, before you came to me, you had a lot of doubts too. You had a lot of doubts. You had a lot of doubts about me. You had a lot of doubts about Dharma. You had a lot of doubts about things you've heard, and you were just talking back and forth. After you met me, a lot of your doubts became clearer. You have more doubts, but now your doubts are leading to knowledge. It's not doubts leading to more doubts. There's a big difference. Huge difference. So that's why I say, whatever people want to think of me doesn't matter. After you meet me, you will get knowledge. That's confirmed. So if they think I'm good, I'm bad, it doesn't matter. After you meet me and associate with me, you will get knowledge. Is that what we want? So whether I have hair or I don't have hair, if you get knowledge from me, isn't that what you want? That's the most important thing. Like, who comes and asks me about this? I don't look at it as bad or good. What I look at is these sensors don't explain. Why? They don't have people who know. But they want to have sensors. They want to have Dharma. They think that Dharma is just that initiation, and who does initiate, that's Dharma. That's not Dharma. That's not Dharma. It's very scary how some of the centers operate. Some of the centers people ask me, give initiations, and I refuse. In fact, I have fallen out with some of the centers in the past because I wouldn't do that. They order and dictate to me what I need to do in order to bring in donations. I would not. I would not. So what we need to do here is we need to educate our people. We need to educate other people. We need to give Dharma knowledge. Once we give Dharma knowledge, once they have that, ignorance becomes less, then it becomes easier. Rumors down. But as long as you're in samsara, you can't escape the rumors. Say, oh, they always ask me, oh, who's your guru? So, what do you want to be my guru? I have gurus you like, and I have gurus you don't like. So if I tell you the gurus I don't like, you say, aha. If I tell you the gurus that you like, you say, oh, you're not so bad. That's up to them. It's very, these days it's very powerful to bash the guru. Bash Dharma teachers. Bashing time all the time. You run away from home and you go join the centers and you go leave America and you go join London and you go become a monk and you hold your vows and you take ordination and then you come talk to people. You don't do anything, you stay here, you ride in a nice car, you have good food, you enjoy yourself, you do this, you do that, and you want to criticize the teachers, you know nothing. Silly. You go and do that. You go and practice Dharma and be Dharma for 30 years of your life and then come and talk to me. Number one, why do you need many initiations? If you have one initiation and one idam, wouldn't that bring you all the way to enlightenment? Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is this. If you have one qualified guru and you follow that guru, why do you need to run to other gurus? Right? Second thing. Third thing. You are sectarian if you feel from your heart that the other teachings and other lineages are bad and you put it down and you dissuade people from going to them. But you do not become non-sectarian just because you run for different initiations. How do you become non-sectarian by running to different initiations? How? That's like a Catholic going to a Presbyterian church, going to a Baptist church, and going back to a Jehovah's Witness church, going to a Mormon church, and then he goes back to the Catholic church and saying, well, that's because I'm trying to practice non-sectarianism. That has nothing to do with non-sectarianism. Non-sectarianism is having a genuine respect for all lineages, but you practice yourself well. Because if you practice your lineage well, you become a fully enlightened Buddha. Why? Each person, in order for the lineage to survive, must master your own lineage. If you master your own lineage and you hold it very well, you become a taint. You're above all the lineages already. Once you become a Buddha, there's no such thing as a Gelugpa Buddha or a Kagyu Buddha. When they say Middle Earth plus Kagyu, it's quite stupid. When you're a Buddha, what are you? You're not made for sex anymore, right? Okay, that's one. Another thing is this is, by running to different initiations and different teachers, you become non-sectarian.
That's what they think.
No, I'm questioning you to help you think. How do you become non-sectarian by running to different teachers? In fact, by running to different teachers, you're sending a message, my teacher is not good enough. By running to different teachers, you're sending a message out, my teacher is not good enough. Unless your teacher has specifically indicated to you, you should go to this, do that, you shouldn't be. Right? Okay. Another thing is this, is that if you run for different initiations, then that's saying that the deity you have is not good enough. So why do you need 3 or 4 deities to become enlightened? Why isn't one good enough? Okay? That's one. Another thing is, if you're going to be a Dharma teacher and you need to transmit lineages to many people, then if you receive many lineages and many teachings, you'll be benefiting others. But if you're just a Joe Schmo, just a nobody, just a simple person, you don't need to transmit to anybody. One practice will be enough. You understand? So that's what you can say. So if you run around, isn't it actually an indirect insult to your guru? Why?
Because it's like telling people that my gurus have been done, that's why people...
He doesn't know enough. He's not good enough. What he gave me is not good enough, so I'm going to run here and there. And then you say, oh, I'm not sectarian. Why is sticking to one guru, one practice, sectarian? No, I'm giving you a question to make you think. Exactly. But these are actually people who are insecure, they're unsure, and they don't have real guru devotion. So they use that as a cover to run here and there to justify what they're doing. That's actually what it is. Sometimes we have to say it like that. They don't make them happy, but it's like that. They're insecure and they're not sure. Why? If you had confidence in your guru, you wouldn't be running around. It has nothing to do with sharing lineages or sectarianism. It has to do with guru devotion. It has everything to do with guru devotion. If you're devoted to your guru, you wouldn't run even to other gurus of the same lineage. If you don't have confidence in your guru, that's your own fault. Then you run here and there. And then taking teachings from this lineage and that lineage, there's nothing wrong, except, have you learned everything in your lineage? When I asked my teacher, can I take teachings of other lineages, many years ago, he told me, master yours, after you master yours, then you take others. Why? Why is that? Because everything you need to learn is contained in your lineage. You just keep explaining things like you learn clearly, and some people register, some people will not. That's their learning. Or running around different places, different teachers means you're not sectarian. I don't agree. Why? Even within your own lineage, you should be running to this teacher and that teacher. Even within your own lineage, correct or not? Yeah. Right. So you say don't talk about going from one lineage to another lineage to another lineage. Don't talk about that to say you're not sectarian. Even within your own lineage, you should be running to this teacher and that teacher. Because what's the message you're sending to new students and your teacher? Now, if you're not confirmed about your teacher, you don't have a teacher, you can run here and there. Because you're shopping. You understand? Does that make more sense to you? Even your own lineage, you can do that.